of the perks of living in Chennai is the beach. Miles and miles of sun-drenched coastline, coconut groves, the cold crystal water touching your feet, and of course the freshest of seafood. It all sounds very dreamy, isn't it? Well, it definitely is a dream on this week's episode of Feeding Frenzy because I am going to put everything I've poetically narrated into full view, and all that's going to happen at MGM Resorts. A breezy drive up to the resort on the ECR, MGM is a drive worth the distance. One of Chennai's most exciting theme parks since the past 17 years, MGM has also established a reputation for food and beverage amongst others.
If you talk about MGM Beach Resort, which is the mother property of the entire group, we cater to all type of customers, corporates, leisure, family. Food is our USP. We have weekend buffet. We got a lot of walk-ins, local customers. Apart from the customers, guests who are staying in-house, we put live counters there. Veg, non-veg is there. So great value for the food.
For many a traveller, the MGM Resort is not just about the high that you get from the rides in front, but it's also about the peace and the tranquility you can feel right here at the resort. Now I'm here today to have myself a nice romantic meal by the sea that promises to leave me on a high. Or should I say, leave me on a crest? Crest is nestled far and behind the noisy theme park at the front. Coconut palms lead you up to a cozy-looking tiled roof restaurant that instantaneously fades away all worldly thoughts and worries. The spacious two-level dining area inside opens to a panoramic view of the beach. A view that's picture perfect. A few people dotting the beach, ceaseless waves crashing on the shore, the yellow sun, and of course the aromas of delicious food. It's like music in the air with the sounds of the waves, and sure enough, it's got my tummy rumbling. Now, Crest prides itself in its seafood and its weekend buffets, and of course, their food festivals like the Beer and Biryani Fest. Now, to start my meal off, I'm going to have a barbecued lobster and prawns, my favorite. Carrying the scent of the meats from the barbecue, the lobster, crabs and prawn looked enticing. The tender crustaceans were cooked to perfection, holding on to their distinct flavors, although plated together. Honestly, what do I say about the lobster and the prawn? It's so delicious. I've never really had a lobster before today, which is made in such an Indianized style. It's got a lot of saumph and onions and lovely ginger garlic taste in it. It just makes you want to keep digging into this little shell over here and eating out a lot more. As for the prawn, I think it's well done. The masalas have really seeped into the prawn and it's grilled to perfection. And almost, you know what, this is just like a box of goodies. When you open the box and all the goodies flow into your mouth, it's exactly like that, especially with this red glass of wine. It's delicious. Pairing this order with a chilled glass of Burgundy, I gently scraped off the last of my barbecue from the plate. The soft calls of the crow and the gentle summer breeze were already making me quite drowsy. But before a snooze, I had to order my main course. How can you not feel drowsy with such a mesmerizing view, huh? But well, back to the food. I'm having a North Indian dish over here and it's called the Lazeez Naan, more or less like a North Indian meal, you would say. And usually you have the naan with a dal makhani, like what I'm choosing to have it with. The heavily stuffed naan brought forth a wholesome taste with every tear and dip in the makhani. The creamy dal makhani was soaked in calorie-rich butter. But who'd care when you are on a trip, looking out at the sprawling coastline, comfortable and so in love with life. Now the Lazeez naan is made with stuffed lamb, which is sautéed with a tomato puree, onions, different spices, garam masala to name a few. And it's really nice because it's quite spicy on its own, and I would suggest just having this like with yogurt or something. But imagine pairing it with dal makhani, can't get more richer than this. But well, when you are at MGM and you're under the sun with a beach as your view, you can't help but really enjoy your food. And I think I have some more space, and I think I'm going to go in for the beer and biryani fest that they're having and order for a biryani actually. The Beer and Biryani Fest is an annual attraction at MGM. The combination is irreplaceable. The spicy biryani, soothed by the barley flavors of the beer, make this combo a raging hit amongst customers. Beer and biryani combination is absolutely spot on. Now the biryani is not very spicy, and the best part is you have varieties to choose from. So you got squid, you got prawns, mutton, chicken, just name it, you have the biryani. So I would definitely recommend that you come here for the biryani and beer fest. As for the flavors in the food, it's definitely there. I can get the taste of the caramelized onions, I can get the flavors of the ginger garlic again, which is in the biryani, and it's perfectly balanced out with this cold glass of beer. The warmth of the service and the summer sun surely made this meal a wholesome experience from beginning to end. With a hearty meal like that, I was only too ready to hit a hammock and let the cool breeze sway me to a deep slumber. Was that just all a dream? Well, maybe you can tell me about it and probably even pay a visit to MGM. All you gotta do is just answer this week's competition question and you could well be on your way for a free meal to MGM.
Name the Parsi dish that combines elements of Persian and Gujarati cuisine. A. Dandiya, B. Dalda, or C. Dhansak. Send in your answers to feedback@ndtv-hindu.com.
Attention Chennai foodies, don't miss the pickle making contest happening at ID in Satyam Cinemas. Entries open till the 25th of May. Bring your homemade pickle along with your entry forms and win prizes worth up to 10,000 rupees. Catch all the spicy hot action featured on Feeding Frenzy. For registration, call 4224 4224 or 4392 0346.